Hey everyone, welcome to Coffee with Joan and Brent. It's our first episode number uno. And well, we're really lucky to be able to launch this podcast with the help of our good friends Ben and Sabrina. They run the Subscription Unbox channel, and you guys should definitely check it out. They do amazing work. They've been at it for a couple of years now, and they put in a ton of work. We're able to
use their setup.
Yeah,
so
leech off all their hard work.
When you guys check out their channel,
yeah,
you'll recognize this background.
That's right. Yeah, check them out.
You have a link.
Yeah, how about that's our producer, Ben, the patriarch of Subscription Unbox. And actually, since he's our producer today, who's our sponsors for this first episode?
It's your first episode. You don't have one.
Right.
And then I guess
you can turn these around because
we're sponsored by Subscription Unbox.
Hey.
So yeah, no, we're really lucky to have them. And so I mean, why are we doing this podcast? You know, a lot of people ask us why. I don't really have a great reason for it, except for one, it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Just for us to hang out. Yeah. People say that we're funny. I don't know. It's probably just a lie.
Sure.
But I mean, we want to be able to. You know, we do a lot of networking, and people I think they like to have conversation with us. So we thought this would be a good opportunity for people to get to know us and learn about us. But we also want to be able to help people and, make people laugh, have a good time. But also we'll talk about business and families and fitness and what's been going on. And, with any of your suggestions, what you want to talk about, questions answered, or maybe, or just hate mail. I mean, we're fine.
We have a lot of random information, so we feel like this is a great way to get it out there.
To feel like I'm useful.
Yeah.
At this, put out all the garbage I've learned over the years.
It's not garbage. It's useful.
Useful
Information.
That's Coffee with Joan and Brent. Episode number 1. All right. So first of all, who the hell are Joan and Brent?
Yeah.
Do you want to go first?
No.
You don't? All right, I'll go first. All right, so my name's Brent. My beautiful wife, Joan. We live in McKinney, Texas. So, 30 miles north of Dallas. Mm-hmm. Small town vibe.
Sort of.
So I was born in Riverside, California. That's in the LA area. And, well, I'll just tell my story, and then you can tell your story.
Yeah,
because,
sounds good.
I mean, mine's usually better than your story anyways, right?
It's not.
So I was born in LA, Riverside area, and moved all over the country for my dad's job. I lived in Foster City by San Francisco. Lived in the Phoenix suburbs, lived up in the Seattle suburbs, and then we moved to Plano, Texas, which is just north of Dallas, in 1990. So I'm kind of dating myself here, but yeah. So what is that?
You're old.
Anyway, so we moved there, and in 1991, I took up ice skating. My parents said, hey, you know what? It's hot outside. You have horrible allergies. You can't be outside. Let's put you in something where you're not going to get hurt.
Ice skating.
Little do they know, that's led to a lot of injuries. Anyway, so I was a competitive figure skater from 1991 all the way until 2007. And and traveled all over the world for Team USA as an ice dancer. The number one question I always get, were we partners? No, not partners. I did ice dancing. I had a different partner. Her name is Caitlin. Hopefully she's watching. That will bring our viewer count to maybe 2.
Hi, Caitlin.
Please watch. And I got injured in 2007, and I quit competing. I moved back. I didn't even say. I moved to California. Sorry. In 2003, I moved to California, San Jose, to train with some new coaches. And that's where I met this beautiful lady. And so anyway, so then I competed, went all over the world, got injured, moved back to Plano to live with my parents. And then you can tell your story, and then we'll talk about how it links up.
Okay. Well, I was born and raised out in California. No, I was born and raised out in San Jose in California. So, let's see, what else?
Well, I would assume you'd be an ice skater. Probably you were an ice skater.
Yeah, so when I was probably about, let's say, 7 or 8 years old, same kind of story. It was hot, probably not as hot as here because
It's disgusting here.
it's like
It's disgusting.
a million degrees
Yeah.
in the summer here.
Terrible.
It's okay. It's all right. So I grew up near an what is it called?
An ice
a
rink.
mall. No, a mall. A mall that had an ice rink in it. So it was
I was
summer.
close.
It was summer, and my mom was like, "Oh, it's hot. Let's go to the mall, cool off." And we ended up going to the ice rink, and she took me skating. And then what happened after that? Now I
God, but
can't
you
even-
got people on the edge of their seats right now.
I
Tell me more.
Whatever.
So you went ice skating.
I'm trying to remember the story. This was a long time ago.
Do you want me to just tell the story for
No.
you?
I got it. So went skating, and then from there, I just started competing and going to school, and where should I go from
Tell me more.
there?
Tell me more. School?
Oh, goodness. So yeah, figure skated competitively for a while.
She is the
and-
2001 U.S. national champion. So she probably won't even say that because
I wasn't, but thank you.
just so shy.
Anyways, that's what happened. I competed at nationals and won one year, and then I competed internationally and nationally for Team USA. It was a lot of fun getting to travel because I like to do that. And then
You may have seen her on Cribs, on MTV's Cribs, that they were like, "Hey, we got to check out this house.
right.
Check out these rice cookers.
Oh gosh, come on. Hey, those rice cookers.
They're real.
He
They're
did
real.
not.
I didn't know they were real."
He didn't know they existed before me.
Well, I mean, we're used to, what is it, minute rice?
Yeah, I guess. But we have,
Yeah.
We've got 3 different kinds of
Anyways.
rice cookers now. Anyways, sorry.
Okay, so then
So
you,
while I competed, and then later on, when probably around 2003, is that when we met?
we met in 2003,
Yeah, 2003. So the end of
Career.
high school.
high school.
Yes, kind of was the end. But at the end of high school, we had met through a mutual friend, and we started.
Tell me more.
Then we started.
Tell me more. So anyways, we started dating. Then I got injured, moved back to Texas. She was a good girl and stayed behind and finished college.
Yes, because I didn't want to restart everything. You get like 3 years in, and then
That's true.
school was already tough.
Right.
It was tough. I
Now,
didn't like it. So
for
I
those of
wanted
you
to
that know
stay.
us, well, we'll get back to that later. So anyways, so she finishes college with, what was your degree, babe? What was your degree?
It was combined sciences. If you don't know what that is, that's pre-med.
Yeah.
Which I'm
Well, hold on. Well, we'll
okay,
get
all
there
right,
in a
all
second.
right.
All right, let's not cut ahead. All right, so they're riveted. They're like, you ice skated, you went to school, and you're pre-med.
Yes.
And have 3 rice cookers. Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay.
These
So
are
then,
important.
it-
It is.
so anyway, so we get off, or I move back to Texas. I convince her that Texas is a nice place to live.
He's obviously
Well, it is a
very
nice
good
place
at
to live.
convincing.
Yeah.
'Cause here we
Persuasion, the
are.
art of persuasion. And I was like, what are we going to do? Like, I don't want to just coach for the rest of my life. Let's do something different. So we decided, hey, we're going to join Disney on Ice.
Ba, ba.
We'll save that whole story on how we joined and tour stories for another day. But we went on Disney on Ice, stayed there for almost 3 years. And then it was her turn to get injured.
Oh, that's been injured for a long time, but it was re-injured.
Re-injured. So we got off Disney tour in when?
I don't.
2010. 2010,
Fun
and we
dates.
moved back to Texas. And once again, we're living with my parents, but how old were we at this point? I was like 26, and I was 26, and I was like, oh my God, all right, we got to get our own place. And we started coaching ice skating, which was not something I really wanted to do for a long term. It just, for us personally, wasn't going to be our long-term career. So I started coaching. You were coaching as well, and then you got some corporate jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if you know us, like, there's no way we could ever do corporate.
Yeah. We can't stay still. At least I can't.
I don't like authority.
I can't even sit here that long.
I don't like authority. Well, look at you. You've already moved all over the place.
Yeah, well, I
We
told
should
you.
go back and just watch.
This is
watch
hashtag
this
truth
replay.
right here.
So all over the place. And then we decided to get into our respective businesses. I said, hey, you know what? I don't want to coach forever. So in 2010, I got my real estate license, and that was totally on a whim. Like,
Yeah.
Totally on a whim. I was like, I can do that. You can make some money.
It was the go for it attitude.
Go for it. Yeah. You can do that. And then while we were on tour, she was always like bugging me, like, can we take pictures? Like, she loves taking pictures. So much, in fact, that the back camera on her phone doesn't work anymore because she's taken like, I don't know what, 50,000 pictures, something stupid, right?
Maybe. It's not stupid. I am, though, getting much better at taking pictures with my front camera. My centering skills are getting a lot better. They are!
It's amazing.
I just need a lot more light because it's a different camera. So.
You know, if we get enough sponsors, maybe we can get Joan a new phone. Right?
You too can sponsor.
You too, for 25 cents a day,
A photographer.
you can get this poor girl a new phone.
I don't need a new, like brand new phone. I just need one that has a.
So that would be a new phone.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
So anyway, so she took pictures all over tour, and we were kind of close with our wedding photographer, Kyle. If maybe he's
Kyle.
Are you viewer number 3? And you know, we really looked up to him, and Joan was like, "Oh my God, he's so amazing. Let's maybe I should get into photography because I love doing it, and that could be something I could be passionate about, right?" Mm-hmm. See, I tell stories better.
He does, though.
So anyway,
I'm just agreeing.
We saved up while we were on tour still, and we got a little DSLR, a little camera. Yeah. Which
it was a Nikon.
Yeah, a little, but it was
Nikon.
Yeah. By today's standards, pretty cheap, but it was not cheap for us to buy at the time.
Semi-pro.
Semi-pro.
Didn't know what that meant at the time.
Well, you and I were kind of semi-pro skaters, so. We're kind of semi-pro entrepreneurs too currently.
That's all right.
Yeah. So anyway, she's been starting her photography business. I've done my real estate it's now been 9 years.
Yeah.
And.
Well, yeah, we've been doing that. Yeah, I've been doing photography for a while.
What, now 5 years, something like that, I think.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
Officially,
like actually getting paid.
Yeah. Because I did it for a while, just kind of as favors for friends.
Also known as a hobby.
Yeah. But I had to practice.
You got to start
somehow.
somewhere. You got to start somewhere.
Yeah, you have to start. That's the hard part, is always starting and then trying to make a decision. Much like this.
We didn't even bring it up.
What?
While we're in between tours, we got married.
Oh yeah, that key point.
10 years ago. It's been 10 years.
Yeah, man, 10 years.
It sure has. Yeah, so we got married, and then while we're working these entrepreneurial jobs, we bought a house, and in 2015 had our
first little boy.
Yeah, first, possibly only. I don't know.
No.
We don't know. We've had our kid. Yeah, our little kid Jack. He's 4 now.
Yeah, he's with us most of the time when we're doing anything. Yeah, so he knows our business.
This is our
Okay, businesses.
Yeah, he's with Grandma and Grandpa right now, so we actually have some quiet, some solitude.
Yeah. So what do? We talk to ourselves.
And all our friends out there, and the 3 of you out there. The 3 of you out there. How about that?
Ooh, this coffee's hot. Oh, I'm sorry.
Anyway, so that's who we are. That's pretty much it. And as we go in other episodes, you'll hear more about our backstory, and everyone has questions about touring with Disney and all kinds of stuff. So that's a brief background. What we're gonna do is, like I said earlier, we're gonna talk about business. We're gonna talk about kids. We'll talk about lifestyle. We'll talk about
things that happened during the week.
Yeah, fitness.
Current events.
Things I want to bitch about that's happened this week.
Yeah.
Or I want to hear about you, but you guys bitch about things like.
Yeah, I mostly want to hear like what's going on. Obviously, we can chat about it, but I would actually like to have a conversation with everybody else out there.
Yeah.
So if you have any other questions or topics or whatnot to discuss,
put them in the comments.
The comments.
And also, now's the time I'm going to ask you, please, and only if you like the show, please like this video and hit subscribe. I don't know what side, I haven't figured that out, is where the like and subscribe button is. I'm assuming it's over on this side, like and subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It's on one of these sides. So please help us out if you want to see these videos. And if you don't, well, then whatever. Off with you. Okay, so we kind of like to start, well, I guess this is our first episode, so I would like to start with talking about what's kind of happened in the past week.
Yeah.
And
so
since this is our first episode, we might go back a bit more than a week ago.
we went camping the other week.
We went camping not this last weekend, but the weekend before.
Yeah.
We went to a vineyard called the 4R Ranch and Vineyard, I
I
believe.
think for our vineyards and
One of those.
we can
We'll tag them.
We'll tag
We'll
them
tag
so
them.
then you know. It's actually it was really cool.
Yeah, it's
It was a
in
really nice
Munster, Texas, which is a German town. So, I don't know how far from Dallas, but from McKinney, from where we live, it was like 70 miles to the west. So about an hour and a half drive. You go through this little German town, and then we're going through this windmill farm.
Yeah, it was so strange because you drive. Well, it's not that strange because it's Texas, and so everything is pretty much flat. But we were driving, and then all of a sudden there's these giant windmills, and we're just driving and driving and driving, and then all of a sudden it dips down, and suddenly
Whoa!
you're down a hill.
Yeah.
Into this place that has a ton of trees, and then
It looked a
it's
lot like Austin. If you've ever been to Austin,
yeah,
like for as close to Dallas as that was kind of surprising. You know, right on the Red River border.
But it was really nice to kind of venture out that way because I don't think. Well, it's nice to see too, like areas that don't just look like yellow grass.
That just looks like
time.
allergies.
It just looks like allergies because yeah.
It looks like the before in a Claritin ad. There's like a Claritin ad, and then there's the before everyone starts running around skipping and canoeing. Like
canoeing.
People do those things.
Yeah, I guess.
Or maybe that's a Cialis commercial. I don't know. Like people have good times when they're on medication, I guess.
Yeah, it's strange.
Maybe we should get on more pills because those people have the best time. Though.
They say that. And then the end, wherever they're talking about like
no, I turn it off there. I don't listen to side effects.
Well, that's 95% of the commercial.
That's you don't know how to live life. You should learn how to live and just sit in a bathtub next to me, 2 separate bathtubs, and hold hands. Because in the woods, because that seems like comfortable. Like, where's their towel?
My goodness.
Where's their towel?
I don't know.
Anyway, so back to camping. So we drove out there. I found them on a place called hipcamp.com. I think it's pretty cool. Maybe they want to be our sponsor. Anybody? And it was neat because at the time it was $20 for a night, and we got campground number 8, which I guess is like the best one, and it had like
huge.
It was it's kind of gated in, but I mean it was nice and flat, and there was like the porta potty. It's like a toilet, but it's a porta potty built into a shed, but it was very clean.
Souped up porta potty.
I did know that my first experience in that is I went face first into a small spider web, and I can't deal with it. I hate that so much. Like it's not even spiders I'm afraid of. I just don't like spider webs clinging to my face, and being tall, it all
like that.
Christ. It's always I hate that. So, but anyway, and then they had like hot showers, but we opted not to use them just because it was just pretty cold that morning. We were there overnight.
Right. So we didn't.
So
fine.
So we set up there. Now we'll go back to earlier this year. We went camping in a place near Bonham, Texas, which is I don't know what 50 miles northeast. Something like that. Maybe not that far. And I was like, "Oh, honey, it'll be fine. Let's go camping outside. You know, it's starting to get cold." We borrowed Ben and Sabrina Subscription Unbox. Our sponsors. We borrowed. They're kind of our life sponsors, aren't they?
Life sponsor.
So we borrowed their sleeping bags, and we've been getting into camping more. Right? We really like doing it, and we found it shows the temperature rating on it, and it says I think they were rated down to 35 degrees, right? And then I looked up online. They said, well, if you're in a tent, you can raise that you can lower it by 10 degrees because you're in a tent. So I was like, okay, well, it'll be, rated to 25 degrees. And the temperature is expected to get down to about 30. So I was like, oh, we should be fine. That'll be okay.
Yeah,
we'll be in the tent.
We'll just bundle up.
We'll bundle up. And we brought our son. We brought Jack with us. And he had his little sleeping bag that was rated for like 55 degrees. But we decided, because we're not bad parents, that we were going to go to sleep fully dressed, like completely dressed, hat on, jackets. Oh. The set of Subscription Unbox is falling apart.
It's not.
Anyway, so we get into our sleeping bags fully dressed, and Ben isn't the tallest guy. I mean, he's not short, but he's what, like 5'8", right? Well, I'm 6'2".
You can ask him.
So anyway, the sleeping bag I have on came up to like here, and I couldn't get further under the the covers. You know, I was like this, and it got down to 17 degrees.
17 degrees.
Yeah. Now,
it was pretty
before you start
cold.
yelling at us that we're terrible parents, our son was completely fine. He was actually hot
He was the
because
one.
he was able to burrow himself down there like I don't know, some sort of animal
Some
that
creature.
hibernates.
Yeah, he was fine.
An otter? Do they hibernate? No,
No.
not an otter. I don't know. Squirrel or something like that.
A bear.
A bear.
A bear.
A baby bear.
An otter.
So, anyway, but I was freezing, right? Freezing because I couldn't get underneath the thing, and it was just a terrible night's sleeping. We actually had ice on the inside of our tent.
Yeah.
And the other problem too is we're in an 8-person tent, which it's too big for us because we don't have enough to heat it up.
But it was on sale.
It's a great tent, but we just you know
Yeah.
what, we need friends and or sponsors to come with us next time. So anyways, so going back to this last trip, we're like, we looked it up. Oh, it's going to drop down to 46. Okay, well, cool, we'll do this. But we had just given back our sleeping bags to them. But we said, hey, we've got, you know, our air mattress, which we've used before, and she's got this really heavy blanket. Like,
It's from my aunt. I think I don't know.
I think it's from
I don't know.
Thailand or something. It's
Yeah,
like
something
really,
like- it's like
it's heavy though. It probably weighs what, 20 pounds for the blanket?
No, I'm pretty sure it was about 40 pounds because we. Okay, so at the airlines.
We see the airport.
Airport. Whatever.
At the airlines.
My-
At the airlines. Yeah. What happened at the airlines, babe?
when you have you have a weight limit on your bags, and so I think it was 50. And when we weighed when we weighed our luggage, because we had those duffels, the duffels that weigh like 2 pounds or something total, but it was gigantic.
I'll
And so
follow
we
up
put
in the
that on.
I'll follow up in the description about how heavy that thing was. I'll actually weigh it.
Okay, what happens? Who's right?
Obviously me.
Team Joan.
Do I even need to say anything? It's Team Brent, 100%. Leave it in the comments if you think I'm right. Anyway, so we get it. We went to the tasting. They have a wine room, right? And they had like really inexpensive taste tests, like samples, right?
Yeah.
So we went up there. They had some band up there that was playing live country music. It was a duet, and I can't remember their names, and it really makes me mad because I was trying to find them on iTunes.
On iTunes, yeah.
Whatever, they were really good, and we got to meet the owner of the property, Walt.
Mm-hmm.
He was a really nice guy, him and his brother. And so anyways, we're sitting up there, and we had our wine, we're relaxing, and they said, okay, let's go down back to the campsite, start a fire. And then I fall asleep at 8:30 all the time anyways, because I get up early. Actually, I don't think that matters, though. I still fall asleep early. And we got our
Put on a
fire,
movie.
we put Jack to bed, and of course, there's no way he's going to sleep until we're back in there. So we get in the bed, and we get on the air mattress. And already I have inflated the air mattress, and I inflated it a second time because I was like, this doesn't seem as full as it should be. So I had reinflated it. Now we're back getting ready for bed, and if this is the air mattress, like this, as soon as I put my butt inside, it was like this.
Yep.
Right? And I'm in the middle, and Joan's over here falling on me, and Jack's over here falling on me.
Yep, it was fun times.
It was fun times. So we made the executive decision that only a married couple of 10 years can make. And that's like, hey, you know what? Let's go ahead and deflate it now, because I don't want to wake up, deflate it, and have a hurt back. So it deflates. We're on the hard ground. I feel something sticking in my back. So we probably should have been better prepared with, I don't know, a sleeping bag and what are they called? Like a pad?
Yeah.
Like a sleeping bag?
Sleeping bags probably would have sufficed.
No. You put a pad underneath it, though.
I know.
It's not wildery.
I am.
So anyway.
I'm willing to lay down on the ground.
You were willing. I was willing to as well. But anyways, it got cold again. And like at one point, I open my eyes and Joan opens her eyes. They're staring at each other. And I look at my phone and it's 1 a.m. And of course, before then, Jack wanted to watch a movie because I promised him he'd be able to watch a movie like in the tent. And so I'm holding the iPad and my hands are just aching. and I keep trying to put him down underneath the covers. And Jack's like, Daddy, I can't see the movie. I'm like, why don't you just go to bed? So anyways, so the place is amazing. Definitely would recommend it. We just be better prepared than we were. Someone said, why didn't you just go sleep in your car? And I could have done that. I should have done that.
Yeah.
But
It's
anyways,
fine.
but I will
It's
definitely be back, and we're gonna plan. See, now we've written it down. We're like, okay, that was 48. This did not work. The other was 17. That did not work. So we'll figure out how to make it work.
Yeah, get sleeping bags.
We did it one time in Arkansas, and it was so hot. It was like 90 degrees at 9 o'clock at night, and I would much rather be cold than hot though. At nighttime, I was miserable. Anyway, so that was our camping.
So if you need some camping tips,
Don't ask us.
No, get proper sleeping bags.
Or a travel trailer.
Or a travel trailer.
Or a hotel.
Sure.
Or a hotel. Or a hotel.
Right.
But if you know what you're doing, check out the 4R Ranch and Vineyard, and I'm pretty sure that's the name of it.
Yeah.
Sounds
I
right.
think you're right.
I am right.
Yeah.
So anyways, and then this last weekend.
Was it this weekend or was that like 2 days ago?
Well, today's Tuesday, so that also qualifies
Oh.
as the weekend.
Yes. I keep forgetting what day it is.
You want to explain to me? Why don't you already explain to them what happened?
What? Which one?
Over the weekend.
I'm trying to think of what?
The severe weather.
Severe weather?
The severe weather, babe.
Well, there's
the
a
thing
lot.
that's listed right here.
Yes, I know. I didn't know we were going in this order.
Oh, okay.
Should we check it off?
Check
it off
off.
the list?
Talked about camping.
Sure, check it
Now let's
off.
talk about some tornadoes.
Well, where should we start? Well, I guess
So
the
she went to
storms-
school.
Well, the storm started probably around 7-ish, and
we
It
weren't
was-
even
it was-
expecting any rain anyways because we
yeah.
weren't paying
Well,
attention.
it was hot, and then all of a sudden, outside you hear like thunder, just boom, and the thunder here is like a completely different level. We had thunderstorms out in California, and
Thunderstorms, they had storms.
yeah, but there was thunder and lightning, and you could see it off in the distance, but it was
And that
always,
West Coast rain.
it was broken up by mountains and different elevation, but there's no elevation here.
None.
So you can hear everything. So the first time I actually heard a thunderstorm, I was freaked out.
True.
I didn't know what to do. I didn't know. I was used to earthquakes. That's my natural disaster of choice, apparently.
Of choice?
No, I guess. Well, I mean,
Default.
yeah, I guess default would probably be a better word. Anyways,
Get it? Earthquake default.
King of dad jokes.
You'll get that later.
So anyways, the thunder was really loud, and so then we hopped outside into our backyard, and it was pouring rain, but it was still probably 80, 90 degrees, something like that. It was still hot. So then we went inside, and then it started cooling down, and then so we started,
And then at like 9 o'clock.
and then around 9. Was that when the sirens went off?
No. Oh,
No,
yeah,
no,
for
I
us.
thought-
Yeah,
yeah,
for
for
us,
us,
we
the
got some
sirens.
sirens, which that usually means either a tornado
Yeah.
or hail, or now it was like, I guess, really heavy
High
high winds.
Yeah. And I'm freaking out because the tornadoes freak me out too.
And we're back. The camera decided to turn off.
Yeah, I'm glad that we weren't talking for 45 minutes.
No,
and-
I heard it.
Yeah.
So I was like, why is this off?
This is the best episode ever.
Ever. You know what? When this podcast is huge,
Yeah.
and it's bigger than Rogan's, we're coming for you, Rogan. We're going to look back at this, and it'll be endearing
Oh, yeah.
to us. So anyways, we were saying that,
What were we talking about?
well, we were talking about different styles, right? And you like vibrant colors, you like
Yeah.
bright, vibrant, lots of contrast,
Mhm, mhm.
and
And
other
Christmas.
and Christmas, and then other people like this airy stuff. So you had to match this influencer's
Yeah.
style,
Yeah.
and you
And
were
it was-
stressing.
Yeah, I was stressed out, but again, it wasn't like a capability thing, but it was more of a, hey, does this look good because it looks good, or does it not look good? Because my style is my
Right.
personal style is so different from that. What I really like is different from what somebody else likes. But in the end, she ended up really liking the pictures, and she uses them a lot. So
Yeah, she
I
just,
was really-
she just
oh, she-
lied. She just lied and made you feel good.
that's all right. She
That's
uses
fine.
them, so
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah, she paid us too. So
Yeah, she paid us, and she referred someone to us.
that's
so,
right. So I guess that's actually a good compliment. The referral is a bigger
Yeah,
compliment. than
yeah,
anything.
referral, and also it teaches you to stretch beyond what you're
Yeah.
capable of at
Yeah.
the moment. Because
And you know what? That segues right into your candle making class that you
Oh.
had a couple weeks ago. Because or was it this weekend? Yeah, it was.
Oh yeah,
It was on
it
Saturday.
was this weekend.
How about that?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, look at that.
Yeah, that would have stretched my ability if I had done that because I have no no creative ability whatsoever.
Well, I think it's more of an interest type
No,
thing.
no. Even
because-
if I was interested, it'd be terrible. It's terrible.
I don't know. Anyways, we had a candle making class this weekend with my friend Vesta, and
Oh, viewer number 4.
Yay! She is with Young Living, and so she and I were putting on the candle making class, which
I was really bummed she didn't invite me.
I had never really, well, no, I had made a candle before, and it was unsuccessful.
I've bought a candle before.
Well, we were making non-toxic candles because a lot of the times when we buy certain candles from the store, those fragrances they cause headaches and allergies and all kinds of things.
You know when you're sitting in an elevator and some lady or a guy comes on with crazy strong perfume or cologne? That.
Yeah. And it just, it burns your nostril hairs and all kinds of things. Well, that's what it feels like. It's like sticking its things up your nose and just like going like that. That's what it feels like. It's giving you a headache. Anyways.
You're giving me a headache.
Anyways, so anyway, we were doing the non-toxic candles, and it was a lot easier than how I did it previously. So note to everybody who wants to try.
Did you go attack a bee's nest
No,
or beehive and try to get the wax?
So I bought the wax from, I think it was Michael's or something, and it was a giant chunk, like a block or a brick of
Wait, when did you do
beeswax.
this?
This was a long time,
Like-
or this was when we were in this house.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you didn't nail it.
yeah, no, definitely did not nail it because I got this giant chunk of beeswax because I was like, oh, it's safe. Well,
Safe.
little did I know it was almost impossible to try to like cut it with
Mhm.
anything. I had to take the cleaver and even that was hard. And so I tried to shave it down, and that took way too long.
Cleaver?
Yeah, our
You were
meat
hacking
cleaver.
at it?
Yes. Yes.
This doesn't sound safe.
Yes. So, well, it was on a cutting board.
Cut your finger off trying to not have a headache.
I didn't. So anyways,
I didn't.
I got, the mason jar, and every one of the things that I saw was put it in a double boiler and, make sure that you have a clamp that holds onto the mason jar.
Do you see what happened when she's moved to Texas? Everything is with mason jars now.
That's what I learned. A lot of people
Mason jars
use
and barn doors.
use a lot of mason jars here. I had never heard of a mason jar until I came here. Anyways, I filled the pot up with water, and then I put the mason jar into the pot with water, and I didn't have a little clamp thing, so I made one.
That's not how a double boiler works.
I know, but it said double boiler. I was trying to.
That's not how it works.
I understand, but I had limited tools here, but I was like,
You had a bowl. You could have made a double boiler.
well, I was dead set on using this. So I was just following the instructions on this.
on how to
one
not
thing.
do
She
things.com.
calls it a-
How to
she
not do
calls
things
it-
correctly.com.
She called it a double boiler, so I'm calling it a double boiler. I know what a double boiler is because I make like chocolate stuff.
You don't have a double boiler. You put a bowl.
Okay, whatever.
over
That's
a
what
pot.
it's called. That's the method.
Michael Copeland's gonna be so
So-
mad. Oh, bye, people.
So, anyways, I did a makeshift clamp, which clearly did not work.
Should probably used a paper clip.
So when it started boiling or getting hot, and the wax started melting, well, a big chunk of the unmelted part floated to the top, which was just enough to move it, and so the entire jar fell into the water. So now there's wax and hot water everywhere on my counter. So I was already upset because it was hot. I didn't have any tools. I
This
just
sounds like a Bruno Mars
It
song.
was-
Wax and hot water.
hey, look at that. Pitch it.
Pitch it.
But anyways, that was my experience. And so I was trying to like get all the beeswax off, and it's not easy
Did you mind
take
it?
it off. Huh?
Did you mind it?
What? Did I
Mind
mind?
your beeswax?
Oh, good lord. Dad joke, dad joke, dad joke. So anyways, this candle making class that we did recently was actually a lot of fun because there were new methods on how to make these candles.
How about
And
that?
they smelled really good.
They do smell good.
Because one's Christmas spirit mixed with some citrus smell.
You
Smells so
literally
good.
have Christmas spirit?
Yeah.
How do you get Christmas spirit?
It's the essence of Christmas. I don't know the exact ingredients, but it smells like Christmas in a bottle.
Does
because
it come from
is.
Does it come from the lymph nodes of Santa Claus? Like, how do you get that?
I don't-
Gross. They milk elves.
But it smells amazing, and Jack's obsessed with it because he keeps taking this candle that we made and just like, smell it 20 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
really likes it. It's a really good smelling
It's
one.
cute for the first like 8 times he has you do it, and then it's not cute anymore.
But it's cute because it smells good.
So, got that done. Halloween. Halloween's coming up a week from what, Thursday?
Already?
Yeah, I think it's a week from Thursday.
We're really creative. when it
Well,
comes
okay,
to-
so every year we always have big dreams on what we want to do, and then when it comes to putting our money where our mouth is, I don't want to spend anything on Halloween, especially because like when you go to the big Halloween stores and you
Yeah.
buy their pre-made costumes that are like, you know,
$75.
How did we come up with the same number? 10 years of marriage, people. $75 for something with a staple and a string. It's just terrible,
And
right?
it
And you're
smells
you're never going to use it
Sweaty
again.
plastic.
So we just kind of like, all right, just stop, right? Last year, though, we wanted to do Indiana Jones. And we were going to have our son, because he was 3 at the time, be Short Round, the little Asian kid. So we bought him the Yankees hat to wear, but then we couldn't find like a shirt that matched the
Yeah.
rest of it.
Yeah.
So then we didn't want to. I didn't want to get anything else. So we may or may not have told him last year that, buddy, it's pretty cold out. We should probably just stay inside and watch a movie.
Well, it was raining.
Oh,
was
that's what it
raining
was. It
for a
actually
bit,
was
too.
raining. I didn't completely lie to him. But it stopped raining, though, when it was time to go. But I
Yeah.
was like, it's still raining out there, kid. Let's watch a movie. So he watched, like, it's a great the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown? And he's
Yeah.
like, Daddy, this movie's not good. Can we watch something else?
And
Like,
we were thankful because
Thank
when
God.
we
I'm
were
like, oh,
watching it,
this is terrible.
yeah, it was not.
So anyways, this year.
Yeah.
Going even cheaper. Since I'm in real estate, it's only proper
Appropriate.
or appropriate
Yeah.
that we go as Chip and Joanna Gaines.
Ah.
Because Joanna's clothes look exactly like the stuff she wears already, and I just have to untuck my shirt, and I guess we're done. So $0.
Yep.
And then Jack has a little dinosaur dragon
I think
costume
it's a dinosaur
that her sister gave him like a year ago.
because we're obsessed with Jurassic Park.
True. And he couldn't wear that, but he can wear it now.
Yeah.
So he is now a dinosaur, which kind of looks like something you could sleep. What is falling apart on the set? What is going on here?
It's my hairbrush.
Why's your hairbrush there?
I just wanted to make sure my hair looked good.
Looks great.
Thank you.
So anyway, so Chip and Joanna Gaines and a dinosaur.
Yeah.
That kind of is our life
This
right
is
there.
probably the most advanced, or this is, I don't know, the
What?
earliest I think we've actually thought of a costume.
Oh yeah, because it's usually the week of.
Yeah.
It's usually the week of, like, oh crap, what do we got to do? Oh, maybe we could. Nah, I don't want to spend that. I don't want to spend that.
I just think because I want to be creative.
Last year we were, or not last year, 2 years
years
ago,
ago.
we were
Yes.
even cheaper, and I have like a red and black plaid button-up
Yep.
shirt, and I bought one for Jack, and he was only 2 at the time, and we went as the Brawny Men, and then Joan went as a roll of paper towels,
Yep.
and we just rolled a roll of paper towels around her, and then she took the Brawny label,
plastic.
the plastic wrap, and wrapped it around her. So that was total what, like a $12 costume for all 3 of us
If
together?
that.
Well, he had to buy him the shirt.
Yeah.
He still uses that shirt.
Still,
though.
well, he doesn't fit in it now, but
Well,
he
whatever.
did use it for a long time. So
Whatever. Make it into a do-rag or something. I don't know what we're gonna do with it. And then the year before that,
we were zookeepers.
we were zookeepers. I only had to buy a shirt, and I think you had to buy a shirt, and then Jack
And
was
the
dressed
long socks.
and the long socks like Muldoon in Jurassic Park, and then
Yes.
Jack was a monkey. So it was that, and yeah, that was the first time, because the year before that he was too young to go.
Yeah, we dressed up as like a Mickey or something. It was
Yeah.
just a onesie that he had, so
Yep.
that was cute.
YOLO.
And every single year, too, we always have these big dreams of carving pumpkins.
Oh, God. Yeah, we just talked
'Cause-
about this the other day.
Because, it's the thing to do. Hey, let's carve the pumpkin.
Well, because you know why?
Let's create a tradition.
Well, what started it was because Ben and Sabrina love carving pumpkins. Every year, we're going to have pumpkins.
And they look amazing.
They look good.
Well, they look a lot
No,
better than...
yeah, they look really good, especially Sabrina's.
Yeah.
But
They look so good.
every
Fun.
year, I'm like, okay, you know what? We're going to get into it. We're going to do pumpkins because that's what families do, right? Families carve pumpkins. And they have fun, and they have the spirit of Halloween or whatever that's supposed to be, and they carve pumpkins. And every year I get more and more disappointed and disgusted. And the excuse has always been, well, we don't have the tools. We don't have the right tools. So I bought tools last year, and it still looked terrible. What did I make last year?
I don't remember.
I don't know. But 2 years ago, I decided, for some reason, that I was going to make a Lionel Richie pumpkin thing. And I worked, I don't know, an hour and a half on it. Like, I spent forever. And it actually was the best one I ever made, and it still looked terrible.
It's pretty funny.
But last year...
If you would like to see it, let us know, because we will post that picture.
Oh, I should do that.
We will post that picture
I
because
will.
it is it's so funny.
Hello.
I love it
It's
too
pretty
when
good.
you turn the light on and
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. And then whatever I did last year, I don't remember what it was, but I was like, okay, I've got these tools. I'm taking my time. I'm shaving off the layers, and then boom, I popped right through it and broke. And I think I just took the pumpkin and just threw it in the trash. I was just over it. Done. So this year, and I even said this year, oh, maybe we should do a pineapple. Okay, that'd be easier.
Yeah.
So Joan's like, why don't we just make pumpkin pie?
Why do I sound like this? Is that what I sound like?
Is that what I sound like? Yeah. So we're going to make some sort of pie.
Yeah, we're going to make a pie.
She said we could paint a pumpkin, but like I said earlier, about 10 minutes ago, creativity? No. I'm talking about myself. Creatively, I am challenged.
Huh.
Terrible. So I'm not going to bother painting. It'll probably like end up on my pants or something. So pumpkin pie it is.
Yeah. Do you guys have any Halloween traditions?
Well, there's a new one that we discovered 2 years ago when we started really trick-or-treating, is that there's adult trick-or-treating. And
yes.
certain neighborhoods, they have people that are awesome, and they're outside, and they have margarita machines and beer and everything. You just walk by and you just fill up.
It's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. So we're going to partake in that tradition this year. So
yeah. Do they have whiskey bars?
No, I think that's just called pre-gaming before you go out. So
well, then I'm for the pre-gaming.
Pre-gaming. So that's something we're looking at. All right. We don't have that much time because we've been talking forever, but let's just talk quickly on books we're reading right now. We're both reading this book right now. I started a book club in my real estate group. You're in a book club with her friend Vesta, like we said. And
it's awesome because I really like...
It's got like pages and you can read it.
Actually, no, it doesn't because...
It's on a Kindle.
It's on my iPad.
My Kindle. Secrets of the Millionaire Mind by T. Harv Eker. It's a really interesting look into why millionaires are the way they are and the way that they were influenced growing up by either their parents or other people they were around. That's like their software, and everything that you see and you view are filtered through those files. Mm-hmm. So you're probably self-sabotaging yourself from being successful based on how you view money growing up or how you viewed successful people growing up or whatever. People unintentionally, because there's no reason that people would intentionally self-sabotage, right? But subconsciously they're sabotaging themselves. Yeah. You know, like I've got a bunch of businesses. Like I've got real estate. I've got a CBD company that I'm with, Zilis. I've got a couple of nonprofits that I run, right? I have a bag company and a sunglasses company, and neither of them make a profit, so I call them my nonprofits. But so I'm learning to read this book, and in this book I'm learning maybe I'm sabotaging myself. So it's a really good book. I think it's great. Everyone should. Yeah, for any entrepreneur, well, anybody. We're not getting paid for this. I mean, unless they want to pay us, but we're not being sponsored for any of this. It's just a really good book that we're reading right now. It's a good eye opener for sure because you don't take a lot of time to reflect and really analyze what's going on subconsciously. So that book kind of pulls that out of you. And being involved in the book club has really actually helped me figure out a lot of things about myself when other people are sharing their story about their backgrounds. So how about that? Go ahead and read it. I'm also listening real quickly to a book called Stories That Stick, and it's about how to tell stories to help you in business. And I love listening to stories from other people. Like our friend Ben is a really good storyteller. My dad's a great storyteller. I think I have the potential to be a good storyteller, but I don't like telling them because I'm usually too much to the point. I skip over a lot of details that paint that picture of a story. So I will just kind of think the way I would want to hear one, and I just say, okay, here's the fact, here's this, and that's it. And I get the point across, but I didn't paint the story. So that's what I'm really trying to learn. So it's pretty good so far. So stories that stick, and then it has the rest of this long title that I don't remember. But
Yeah, we have a lot of books on our to read list. So if there's any books that you think you can suggest to us that you think have been really, really helpful, let us know because we're all ears.
Yeah, all ears. Kid tips. We've noticed. So our son Jack has always watched different TV shows, and we don't let him watch very much, right? But when we do, we let him watch like Daniel Tiger's Neighborhood. That's a good one because it's based off Mr. Rogers. And Tumbleleaf is another show on Amazon Prime.
Cute.
They're really cute, and we've watched a few episodes with. Actually, we end up unintentionally watching a lot of them because we work from home, and we've noticed our son will start picking up the speech patterns of the characters he watches. Right, so it's a good thing he hasn't watched Lord of the Rings. He'll talk like Gollum. But, I mean, he'll talk like Daniel Tiger. Like,
He's
Daddy,
just like you.
Do you think I can do this? I know I can. He talks really nice. And lately, we've noticed that he's been talking a little bit not so nice to us, right? Like, give me that. I want that. And we've never spoken like that to him.
And he's around us all the time. Pretty much, except for, like, times like this when we can go drop him off with Grandma and Grandpa. And we know they do not tolerate that kind of.
Well, they don't speak to him like that either.
Yeah,
so there's one TV show that he has been watching. It's called Tayo, the Friendly Bus or the Little Bus. I don't know. It's this Korean TV show that's been translated to English, and it's just cheesy, but he loves it.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad show, but I think a lot of the characters, they throw fits and they bicker with each other, and then at the end of the story, they kind of there's a good ending. They figure it out.
There's
right?
a moral
But
to
he's
the
starting
story.
to pick up that speech pattern, so we kind of cut that out. So just kind of really be aware of what your kids are watching, even if it's something that's G-rated or whatever, and it's recommended. They can still pick up on a lot of stuff when they're highly impressionable.
Yeah, we definitely have noticed that. Another thing too that we've noticed recently, because it's been allergy season for a lot of us Texan folks. Does that sound like?
Is that what Texan folk?
I don't know.
Country western.
I know I struggled a lot with allergies here. They've gotten so bad. Like, I used to have them all the time and out when I was still living in California, but when I came here, it was a completely different level. And without getting into too much detail, this past year, I had started taking CBD from...
I'm seeking your coffee.
Oh. Okay. From Zilis, actually, and it's actually been one that has been really, really helping me get through it. And also, I've been using this blend of essential oils, peppermint, lavender, and lemon. And that, sorry, I couldn't remember. I was trying to,
the Addams Family.
I was trying to remember the last one, but that has really, really been helping me. I've been having it in this little thing, and I would just, and it really, really helps. So, what was I going? What was the point? Oh,
School.
Allergies. So, unfortunately, Jack had inherited that from me. And some food allergies from
the Lucky Lotto winner.
I know. We're sorry, Jack, if you ever watch this.
He will.
Later.
He'll be viewer number 6.
So he's had some issues with different food allergies, but a lot with seasonal allergies. And we noticed that whenever he'd get an allergic reaction or he's having issues with seasonal allergies or a food reaction or something like that, his mood would completely change. Change.
He'd be such a jerk. Like, such a jerk.
Yeah, and not trying to be, like, he's not trying to be mean, but literally every single thing is irritating him. Like, the other day, we were about to leave, and most of the time when we leave, he's fine. He'll be like, okay, how can I help? And he's super helpful. He loves it. I don't know if you saw my recent video of him trying to scratch my eyes.
Well, Joan, there's millions of people right now, so not all of them are friends with you on Facebook.
Anyways, but he's incredibly helpful. He's a sweet kid. But when we were leaving that day, I asked him, "Hey, Jack, can you put your jacket on because we're about to leave?" He had
like a meltdown.
A meltdown.
Like he had no clue how to put his jacket on. Like I can't. I don't
like
know how.
Everything
and
after
then his
that
tissue tore.
set off.
Tissue tore.
Yeah.
And lost his mind over that, and that's so uncharacteristic.
Yeah. So we were like, "What is going on?" And it gets hard for a parent. You're like, you're just going like this, and we knew that it was an allergic reaction or it was allergies or something because
when he's sick, when he has a cold,
sick,
yeah, he's better when he's sick.
The thing is I think he's maybe gotten sick
four times maybe
total,
like just a cold,
like a cold.
He's like so much more agreeable. Like he's mellow,
yeah,
right. He just doesn't feel good, and he'll just sit there. But if it's allergies,
oh my goodness, he will be a completely different kid.
Yeah,
and I wonder if a lot of the times, if kids sometimes throw a fit, and like full blown meltdown, if maybe they're having an allergic reaction.
Yep. Because
I've noticed too in myself, if I'm having some sort of seasonal issue, I'll get irritable.
Well, even in his piano lesson, like I was practicing with him for his piano this morning, and it's like when his allergies are not good, it's like his brain doesn't work. I'm like, Jack, what note is that? And he's just like, I'm trying to think. Like we just talked about it like 10 seconds ago.
But if there's something going, yeah.
But then we gave him some antihistamines.
Yeah.
And then he had his piano lesson.
That stuff on him.
Rolled that stuff, and then his piano lesson, like an hour and a half later, he was completely fine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did great. So yeah, that's just something to be aware of, parents, that maybe there could be allergies going on.
Yeah, just check them out. I mean, it's not like
check themselves before they wreck themselves.
That's just my little piece. I don't know how true it is for everybody, but at least if you check for an allergy first,
yeah,
that's less invasive than going straight to the doctor and be like, oh, he's sick. Okay, put him on something. Like, so that's just my thought.
And our final topic will be fitness. What's going on with us and what we like to do. I mean, you clearly can tell that I have the body of a Greek god.
That's what we're aiming.
They weren't all hot.
They were.
No, but anyways. But I mean, we're working on it, all right? We're steadily working on it. And, she's more on the rehabbing side. Like, she's always injured, so she's trying to figure that out.
That's my goal for this year, is to try to fix my back.
The year's almost over.
Yeah? It's a journey.
It's a journey. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
It's taken 30 plus years to get to this point.
True. I've
got to undo 30 plus years.
Right. She's kind of discovered that she has something called lower cross syndrome, which sounds a lot worse than it really is. But basically it's like, and I think I have a little bit of it, but years of skating has kind of ruined how our bodies work, right? Because in skating, your feet are always turned out, you're on elevated heels, and then it just messes with your hips and everything. So her hip flexors are really tight, and then her core is stretched out, so it doesn't. Hey, that's what's wrong with me. My core is stretched out, but her abs don't really fire as well as they should, and then her glutes aren't firing, and which causes back pain, which causes me to have to rub her back all the time, which causes me emotional pain. So that's what she's working on, rehabbing that.
Yeah.
We both do Brazilian jiu-jitsu.
He recently just got his blue belt.
Oh, how about that, guys?
How about that?
How about that? Like, if you had to get up to here, I'm right about here now.
Yeah,
so
it's a
getting
stepping
there.
stone.
It's a stepping stone.
It's a lot of fun, though.
For all you Collin County people, Dallas County, TBT Gym. That's the place to be.
Yeah. It's a great place to bring your entire family.
Yep.
A great place.
Yep, but for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, kickboxing, weightlifting, and I am still extremely sore from leg day yesterday. So thank you, Fatima, for that for that amazing workout.
They're really good.
They're good people.
We've found a lot of good people and a lot of good workouts.
Yeah, and then the other thing we're just trying to do is just constantly, we're always adjusting like the way we eat and trying to get better and stay strict on top of things, with like staying in a calorie deficit and not eating too many carbs and getting enough protein and just trying to. I am. because I got to maintain this chiseled marble body.
Sorry.
So,
That's
all right. Well, so once again, thanks for joining us on Coffee with Joan and Brent. I would love it if you would like and subscribe and hit the notification bell. It's probably on this side. And then also make sure you check out Subscription Unbox. Just search for them on YouTube. And
We'll
subscribe
put a
to them
link.
too. Well, yeah, I'll put a link. How
Well,
about
look
that?
at
I can
that.
do that
You
stuff.
can
I can do
link
this stuff.
things
I
now.
don't know. I have to edit this thing, and hopefully it edits nicely.
Yeah. And if it
not,
doesn't, hey,
too bad.
it's all
Next
good.
time.
We tried.
So we're gonna try to film every Tuesday,
Tuesday.
and have the episodes up Wednesday morning.
Mm-hmm.
I say that. Let's see how editing goes. If my computer blows up, it might take a little bit longer, but we're gonna try it for every Wednesday morning.
No, it's gonna happen.
Cool. All right.
Okay.
Do you have anything else?
I
I mean, we've been talking about it for like an hour or however long. I don't know.
know.
All right. Well, thanks for
Hopefully
watching.
we provided something valuable.
Oh, and the
for
other
you.
thing is I'm going to try to add the audio of this to iTunes to have a podcast. So if you just want to hear us because, it's not necessarily a visual show, you can listen to us if you'd like. So check that out on iTunes.
Just multiple places.
Lots of formats.
Lots of.
So, all right. And also if you have any comments, questions, things you want to see us do, put it in the comments and we will see you guys next week.
Okay.
Peace.